Alright, welcome back to Bandit Magic, everyone. We're trying something new today. Today we're doing the Pick 2 draft. It's a 4-player Pick 2 draft format. We're trying it because I've seen one of my favorite Magic content creators has been doing this, so I've been interested in trying to try it. Also, the drafts are much shorter, so you know, for you guys, for the viewers, it's a little easier for you guys to watch. And it looks like sometimes you can come away with some more broken decks. Alright, so we have not great rares. Angel Grace is fine. I mean, it saves you. I mean, it's good when you're losing. It's bad when you're winning. Tragedy Feaster has been something I've been wanting to try. I just don't know if we have the right deck to try it. Otherwise, we have Divergent Equation, Wander Off, Scoldian and Administrator. Let's see, Repartee, counter on this creature. When it dies, move those counters on a different creature. With an Elite Interceptor, right? I also like the Whale here. There's not a lot of Prismari. We can also just kind of force Prismari. Do something like this. Whale plus Equation is kind of nice. Or Whale plus Mockery is okay. Otherwise, it's probably like Wander Off with Administrator or like Elite Interceptor with Administrator. Let's just force our colors. I love Prismari in this format, so let's see. And we didn't really get past Prismari, which is a bummer. Bogwater Lumerate is nice. I'm a little tired of playing Witherbloom. I just played in person the other day, and I did pretty good. I went 3-0 in my draft at my local store, but I mean, Teacher's Pest and Bogwater Lumerate is kind of an insane duo there. We also have a Sloth with a Requisition Raid. It's not bad either. Or a Sloth with a Quillblade Laureate is not bad either. Now I'm starting to regret not taking the Silver Quill cards here. Yeah, it's kind of tough. I guess let's just continue to see open. Let's just take the best cards here. I think the two best cards are Teacher's Pest and Sloth. It doesn't commit us to one or the other, but it's just good cards. Bulk Up is pretty good. I feel like I've lost to Bulk Up way too many times in the set. And then a Pick 3 Elite Interceptor has to be a good sign as well. With a Daydream as well. And maybe we start moving into some sort of Lorehold or Silver Quill aggro. Yeah, I think we're going to start moving into some Mardu aggro here. It does not look like Prismari is going to be open for us. But, I mean, I like the start so far for a little Lorehold deck. Bulk Up does the Lorehold thing as well, notably. And I think this is our original pack now. We'll see what we wield here. Trying to remember what was in there. Yeah, the Administrator and the Angel's Grace. I mean, I'll take an Administrator here. If Silver Quill is open, then I love it. And it looks like white is open at the very least. So yeah, maybe we'll go into like a little Mardu situation. Which I'm more than happy to do. Trying to think of what cards we passed up that we're going to regret. Not too many. Definitely a few, but I've already forgotten them. And this is a pretty nice start here. And the Daydream is great. Alright, enjoying... Ooh, a Hop to It is awesome. Even a Wild Growth Archaic is not that bad in 3 colors. No green, but it's going to make the rest of our... This is just a 4-mana creature, right? It's just a 4-mana 3/3, hopefully, with our deck. End to Hunt is pretty good, too. Does not trigger Repartee. Glyph Mage in here is great. Inkling Mascot. I think we can wield the Joint Researchers. I think I just like these two. Also, Hop to It immediately gives us the 3 creatures for a group project, which is nice. I would love to see, like, an Aziza. I think that's her name. With a Hop to It. But yeah, I'm liking this deck, if I'm being honest. Yeah, hopefully we can spend 3 colors on this. So it's a 4-mana 3/3 with trample and reach, but more importantly, it makes the rest of our stuff really good. Uh, Funny enough, Zombify is actually really good in like the Lorehold deck. But here, probably just Impractical Joke. There's nothing else in here that's really, really that good. Probably just a Heated Argument. 2 removal spells. I like that. Ooh, and now we have a Burst Lightning with a Primary Research. I like that a lot too. Tome Blast in here is pretty good as well. I wouldn't mind a dual land in our colors too, for that 4th color for the Archaic. I'm just thinking if I would rather take Tome Blast, maybe the Primary Research wheels. Let's just take the double removal. Flashback is important as well. Speaking of flashback, I do like Elite Interceptor. A second one, that is. How good is flashback? I mean, flashing back a hop to it is kind of nice. Deflecting Palm is not bad. I don't know if I want to try it again. I think I'd rather just take flashback here. Nice, and these are 2 cards that I wanted to wheel. Over the Mockery, though, is kind of tough. Maybe we'll take Mockery instead. Here, we'll take that, and we'll take you. And a second Administrator, huh? Interesting. Ooh, Scheming Silvertongue is so good. And we don't have a ton of black that we could be playing, but this Silvertongue is so good. Here we have a Tome Blast and Elite Interceptor. Bitter Triumph is fine too. I think I want to limit the amount of black that I'm playing. Trove is nice too. ETB, deal 3, gain 3. When this creature dies, discard any number of cards and draw that many. It's kind of an insane top end. But I mean, it is a good top end. Maybe a second Tome Blast is just better though, unfortunately. A second graveyard card is really good. Helping Hand is good in this deck. Second Group Project is not bad either. Ascendant Dustspeaker is fine too. Bit on the higher end though. And I think I'm just okay with this. Practiced Offense. Oh my gosh, what a bomb. I have not played with this card yet, but I've heard that it's like one of the best cards in the set. Especially with how wide we're going. Double Strike or Lifelink. Wow. And with 5 mana, you can cast this twice. And I think here we just go Practiced Offense plus our land here. It's tempting to take in a Johnny's Response as well. But I think we're definitely going to be trying to splash black. Especially because we have the Silvertongue as well. Repel Calamity, yeah, I'll take that. And in a Johnny's Response, yeah, that's good. Is the Honormancer any good? ETB, top X, or X is the number of creatures you control. Put 1 into your hand and the rest into the graveyard. Maybe just still take the removal here. And we're already looking like we might have to make some cuts. And it might just be our black cards here. But this is a pretty good. Angel's Grace will probably get cut. See, the thing is, we actually have a pretty good Lorehold deck, but we don't have Lorehold payoffs. This is just looking kind of like regular. Whoops, ran out of time there. Did not mean to take Choreographed Sparks. This is just kind of looking more and more like a regular sort of aggro deck. So let's see what we can work here. And wow, that was fast. That's about a 10-minute draft. That's really fun. So I mean, if you're like in a rush, you just kind of want to get a quick draft out of the way, definitely recommend the pick 2 format. All right, so we have to cut 11 cards. And we want to be aggressive with our curve. You make 2/2s. I think we're going to cut Angel's Grace. I just don't think we're going to be in the business of playing scared here. Choreographed Spark, I think we're going to cut as well. Social Snub. I mean, Social Snub is kind of really good in the deck with Group Project and Hop to It. Beginning first main phase. So we have to untap with this card, huh? I don't think I'm in the business for that. I think I would rather cut you, to be honest. Okay, 47. Ascendant Dust Speaker is good top end, but I think I'd rather keep our curve low here. How are we looking on removal spells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we can cut the Heated Argument. What's our creature count looking like? Our creature count is a little low. We got to keep in mind it's closer to 13 and 14 because we have 2 group projects with a hop to it. So it's not as low as it seems. And it's a real bummer that we don't have a lore hold payoff because we have so many great lore hold things that we could do. Yeah, I think we'll cut the Heated Argument. I think that's okay. And then this happens every time. Every time I draft Flashback, I just have to cut it. It's just not good enough. Maybe we cut Helping Hand. It's good, but we have a lot of 4-drops, so Helping Hand will kind of whiff a lot. And we have to keep Administrator because we have 3 Interceptors, which is really nice. All right, let's go back to getting our curve right here. I mean, small possibility that we cut a land. Actually, I think pretty large possibility. Average is 2.3. And that's, I mean, Johnny's response is almost always going to be 2 mana. I think we cut a land. What's our 69%, 15, 27%? Probably cut a swamp. Yeah, 4 swamps is pretty ridiculous there. And we probably cut Social Snub just because of how hard it's going to be to cast. Even though it's a good spell. And now we're down to our final cut. It's probably Daydream or Requisition Raid. Probably Daydream, right? Yes, flashbacks. But Requisition Raid can already put a counter on all our creatures, plus more. And really the only reason I want the counter from Daydream is for Scheming Silvertongue. So that we could put the counter on it so that it could activate its own Sign in Blood. But I think it's Daydream here, especially with no lower hold payoffs. And I think this is just a deck. I think this is a pretty incredible lower hold deck. It's not doing lower hold things per se, but it's a really good aggressive Mardu deck. So yeah, we'll see. The format is different here. We only have we only get 2 losses, but we max out at 4 wins. At 2, you almost get your money back. You get 800 gems, and this costs 900, so you lose 100 gems, which you could live with. But at 3 wins, you get 1,000 gems, so you net 100. And then at your max 4 wins, you get your 3 packs and 1,300 gems. So you net 400 gems. So that's not bad as far as netting gems go. I'll see you guys for game 1. Let's get some wins. All right, we're back with game 1 here. If the lighting looks different, it's because I went out and I watched a movie in between the draft and my first game, which hopefully won't bite me in the butt. Sometimes I feel like if I don't play my games right after my draft, I'm worse because I forget what I was trying to do. I think here I have a pretty good idea. I remember that we're trying to do sort of Lorehold aggro, with no Lorehold payoffs. Now this hand is not amazing, but we do have an Impractical Joke in hand with all our mana sources, and our probably best spell in the deck, so we'll just keep it, and hopefully we draw into some creatures. As long as we get a creature, like a Hop to It here would, a Hop to It would be insane here, actually. A mountain, that's not what we want to see. And the auto typer is kind of giving away that I have either like a Burst Lightning or an Impractical Joke, because it keeps stopping for this. I don't know what opponent's playing. Maybe they're playing like, I don't know, some sort of control, Dimir control, which doesn't really exist in this format, so that'd be really interesting. Alright, so we have all our spells, but none of our creatures. Luckily, they're missing land drops, so I think we'll be okay here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'll just go Impractical Joke here. And unless they have like a Force of Will, I think we'll be okay. And we just need one creature here. One creature will go a long way for us. Alright. Tome Blast is not the best, but it's at least an answer. And we can flash it back, so if we keep whiffing on creatures, we'll be able to, you know, flash it back, kill something else. Yeah, like, this will be great. This is a great target for Tome Blast. Before they can put the counter on it. And my goodness, was that so difficult? We finally found a creature. I'm actually thinking that our opponent could have Force of Will. So we could do this. We could untap our creature. Draw a card. Honorbound Page, huh? We still haven't played a land. We'll have 2 mana up. Not sure what I want to do with 2 mana here. Dude, I swear they have a Force of Will. It's gotta be, right? I don't know what they could have that would put a stop on our end. Also, that's a disgusting sleeve. Yeah, that's crazy. I think we'll just hold off here. Ooh, Glyph Mage is great here. And now with the amount of creatures we're gonna have on the field. Oh, opponent. You have no idea, opponent. You have no idea. I understand you missed some land drops, but we were about to put so many counters on our creatures. Alright, silver tier 1, that's good. Let's get to gold, and let's get to the next game. Our next game here. We have white and black. Great, we'll keep this. We'll have to play a little bit off curve, but Silver Tongue is one of the best cards in our deck. And Interceptor is really good too. Also, once we get to go Interceptor and Practice Offense, we're going to have a pretty good board state. Okay, interesting. I think I'm going to attack here. And then I'm going to play Interceptor and hold up Repel Calamity. We probably won't need to use it, but it's worth the effort. Looks like they might have like a Burst Lightning here. Prismari Charm, okay. We're playing against Prismari here, so we could get blown out on practiced offense. That would be my concern. I'm hoping they tap out here for like a creature. Yeah, and they just passed a turn. That's a little scary. That's a little scary for sure. Let's just see what they do here, how they respond. Yeah, so there's the Mockery. And I think I'm going to do this to get my card draw. And then the Johnny's response is not going to be great against the Prismari deck. We have removal for when they put threats down, but that's about it. And I'm not sure I want to burn our practice offense just yet. Although with 2 creatures, it's significantly better. That is for sure. Double Strike or Lifelink? Oh, maybe let's go... Let's go Lifelink here. And I didn't think they had a response, but it looks like they actually do. Maybe Double Strike might be better in case they have some sort of burn spell on the block. A little spooky. I thought opponent didn't have anything, but it looks like I was wrong. It's possible they had Brush Off, but I feel like they would have just maybe... Alright, so let's try Tome Blasting here. See what they do with a Tome Blast. Maybe a Chase Inspiration. Yeah, there it is. Still not good enough. How good is a second practice offense here? It's not terrible. 2 3/4s is kind of tough. It's tough to get rid of, you know, we dodge Unstable Mockery. No, we don't. See what they do here. Let's go... Oof. Tough choice here. Let's go Double Strike. Once again, we're just trying to make blocks awkward for them. Run behind. I think I'm okay with that. It's not the worst thing that could have happened, that's for sure. We'll draw it back. Our practice offense didn't really play out the way we would have wanted it to, but I think it's okay here. Unstable Mockery is very good. I want to see how they respond to some things here. We could repel Calamity. No, we can't. We could have Johnny's response to Fire Singer. I don't hate that play. Let's see what they do here. quick study. Yeah, that's okay with me. Thankfully, no increment. But as soon as they increment, we can repel calamity, the tangential. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this here. They're gonna take a good amount of damage here, assuming they can't play a creature. Well, I guess they'll get a lot of mana back here. Yeah, with 6 mana, they should be able to do something. What do they do here, Braid? I think I'm okay with that. They're out of fuel here, and we're not. We're definitely not out of fuel here. And I think I'll just do this. Just to get that card draw. Oh yeah, group project is going to be very good here this next turn. Oh yeah, it's going to be looking really good. Let's start by doing this. Scolding Administrator. Sure. Menace will be tough to deal with. And I think we'll actually just take our damage here. And make a 2/2. And now next turn we can repartee as well. If they play a creature. Sure. Ward is a little annoying, but not too annoying. Yeah, and they concede. I'm glad. I think I had lethal with Tome Blast either way, right? They block the 3/3 and they take 5 and they die to Tome Blast. So not bad. 2-0, real quick start. It's not the strongest deck, but like I said, it's aggressive. It gets creatures out. If you don't have enough removal, it's tough to deal with. I like it. 2 quick wins. Let's go to the next game. Alright, game 3 here. Off to a good start here. No white is really tough. But if we draw a white source turn 4, we can have a pretty good Archaic. And we have a Tome Blast, and we're on the draw, so I think we'll keep. We do play not a ton of Plains, but I think Plains is the one we play the most, so it shouldn't be impossible to get our Plains. Just a little difficult. And we'll definitely Tome Blast a Newt. Newt is good. It accelerates them. It, if they have fight spells, it makes it really good. And here we're really desperate for some white mana. White mana would do a lot for us. No white mana. Now we're just looking for a top deck land. Playing against Teamer, huh? It's interesting. Oh yeah, definitely some Teamer land stuff. Wow, this is rough. Nice thing is, if we have to discard the hand size, discarding a group project will be actually nice. Because as soon as we find a Plains, we can go hop to it and then immediately tap the rabbits to make a 2/2. But we might be dead before that happens. Alright, we do get a Burst Lightning here. And we're just gonna have to... I'm actually gonna do this, because I want to discard. And hopefully this doesn't bite us in the butt here. And we're taking 5 still, which is not very good. Chase Inspiration. That's a huge bummer. And now we're in lots of trouble here. Okay, Planar Engineering. It's not bad. Keeps us alive. 4 lands is a lot. Oh, it looks like my camera's a little out of focus. Let me fix this real quick. That's better. Okay, there is the Plains. So a 3/3 with reach keeps us alive. Right? A 3/3 with reach would make it so that they can't swing with all. I guess they can. Gotta think about this, huh? I think we have to do this. And the hope is just that they maybe don't attack, or if they... Yeah, or we that could just be it too. Well, that's a bummer there. That's kind of what happens when you play 3 colors. It just, you know, a 3-color deck can, or not can, often has a bad mana base, and we definitely paid the price there. Let's go to the next game. Our next game here, I checked in between rounds. We played 8 planes, so I mean, it's a lot of white sources, and here you can see it's not an issue. It's actually kind of nice. We have Scolding Administrator on turn 2, which will probably slow play our hand. We're on the draw. If we draw up, you know, yeah, I think we'll just slow roll our hand here. So yeah, I mean, that's just, you know, we're also playing 16 lands, so... Ooh, potential Essence Scatter, huh? Let's go Group Project, see how they respond here. Maybe wait for a window to cast our creature. It's possible they're just missing their colors as well. I wouldn't mind like a banishing, I forgot what the card is, but if he bounces the token here. Okay, Matter Mending Mage. Not what I was expecting, but that works too. Lets us go this plus Interceptor. And just 1 creature shy of being able to Group Project here. But we will get to Repartee trigger. As soon as we find our red source too, we'll be able to kill the mage. Not sure how good the mage is. Yeah, I mean, it kind of already did its thing. The unblockable is not that big of a deal here. Now a 4/4, that's tough. That's tough to deal with. We'll have to Repel Calamity that. Which will also trigger Repartee. Land here would be really good. We could double Repartee. And what are they hovering for? Oh, for an attack. Interesting. Great, that's a really good land from us there. What if we do this? Is this insane here? Check this play out. We untap their Matter Bending Mage to see if we can bait out a block. With Menace. Wow, I mean, that's really good for us. We essentially used Rejoinder there as a removal spell for their Matter Bending Mage, because we baited them into double blocking there with the Menace. I mean, that's a great play there. I'm really okay with that. And now we can go Archaic for 2 colors. I don't know how I feel about that actually. And then Group Project. We've been putting pressure on the board. Sure, why don't we try that? No red mana is a bit of a bummer, but it'll make our creatures pretty nice. We'll get to suss out the Essence Scatter here to see if they really have it. Now a board wipe would be bad. They're playing red, they could have Splatter Technique, but they're missing red sources for that. I believe Splatter Technique is maybe red, red, blue, blue. Alright, that's fine. We still got our 2-2 out of the Archaic. And that's a pretty unoptimal time to use Vibrant Outburst. Ooh, and now there's the hop to it. I guess let's go in for an attack. I want to see what they do here. Let's actually play our rabbits first. And then post-combat we can go Requisition Raid to put a counter on all our creatures. Because here if they have removal, this is when they're going to use it. Yeah, and there's the Stress Stream. And we still get to put the counters on things, which is nice. And we'll just put the counters on the Interceptor. And now post-combat, we're able to go Requisition Raid. Give everything a counter. And I guess we'll keep the land. I'm not sure why we would need to keep the land here. I don't know if we have a reason to, but better safe than sorry. They definitely don't have discard spells. I'm trying to think if we have anything that we could rummage with to keep the land. Maybe in hindsight it's better to play the land. We'll see. They're going to need a lot of blockers here. And I think we just send the army in here. Practice Offense would be an incredible top deck. Tackle Artist. I don't know what you do. I've never seen you. We hold our planes just in case we get a mountain here. No, no mountain. Yeah, they block one of the rabbits. I think I'm okay trading the rabbit there. And I think next turn we will Surveil, because top deck mountain gets us there with Tome Blast, but we get there anyways. Huge. Alright, final boss. And are we gold? Nope. Alright, let's get this win and let's get to gold. Alright, final boss here. Win or lose, I believe, because I think we only get 2 losses with this format. Something... Ooh, a one-lander. Ouch. We're going to have to mulligan this. Luckily, we're on the draw. And yeah, one of the pros about this format is how quickly you're able to just like wrap up a draft. Here, we're on our 5th game. Ooh, look at that mana base. And we're going to be done. We'll keep this. And we'll bottom the bulk up. Alright. And there's our 4th land, which is good. It's relevant for the Archaic. An Archaic on curve is also pretty good here. I would love if they played a creature. No. Just so that we could be efficient with our mana. Group project here, make it 2-2. And there's a 3-3, which kind of mogs our little 2-2, huh? I don't have any answer for this. Just a 3-mana 3-3. Pretty good in this format sometimes. Everything in this format feels like, you know, either really big stuff or small stuff. So when you play something like that, it just kind of works. All right, here we were going to want to keep red up for Burst Lightning, but also white up for Johnny's Response in case they attack. Wow, Vigilance. Incredible. Incredible keyword there. I'm not sure I'm in the business of... Oh my goodness. Okay, with this Abigail, I actually do think I'm going to do this now. Just because the heroic stance is kind of a problem. And now I'm thinking we just go Archaic. It blocks the Abigail. If they play a creature plus put a counter on Abigail, it opens up a Johnny's Response for us. Okay, yeah, this is kind of nice. I was hoping to do something like this. Because now I'm assuming, yeah, they're going to want to attack to get through. Which is fine. We'll take the 3, but more importantly, it taps Abigail, which will let us cast a Johnny's Response. So we'll go ahead and do this. And we don't have double white for the Interceptor. That's a bummer. That's a huge bummer. We'll just swing for 3, get our damage in. We might take a lot from the Scorn Reach, depending on what they have, but I think I'm okay with that for now. Because I think either way, we weren't blocking. Yeah, because there was no way it was ever going to stay at 2, and we were not going to chump with it. So, but here it'll get to do quite a lot, probably 6 damage. And now we're looking for like a Repel Calamity. Honorbound Page can come in with 3 counters. 6/6 with First Strike is no joke. Unfortunately, no second white source. Huge bummer. We'll just play out our land. And now they better have another combat trick or else they can't get through. Pull from the grave, okay. So we get to live a turn here. Ooh, and there's a Repel Calamity, that's amazing. But we have to keep our white. Shoot. I mean, what if we just do this and hit them for 9? I think I'm totally okay with that. Not to mention, we have Forum's Favor available for us to go over the air. It's not bad. A second white source gets us a Rejoinder. They only have 3 mana. You know, they're not exactly looking good here. Stone Decent or Dawsant comes in with 2 counters, which is not bad. I mean, surely they don't take 6 here, right? That would be nuts. Yeah, okay. Alright, now this is good. Now we can go Dawsant here for 2 mana. And the Archaic is such a house and you don't deal with it. Even Elite Interceptor coming in as a 2/3 is pretty intense. And I'm not sure they're dead yet, but it's going to be tough for them. Lots of big threats here. And I don't know if they're looking for a removal card here rather than playing their Abigail. Their Diary of Dreams does have 4 counters on it, so 1 mana draw card is not a terrible deal. But I would imagine they would want to play at least one blocker there. Oof. Okay. And I really wish we had an extra white source here. I mean, white source playing the Interceptor is still good because next turn we can tap whatever they play here. Requisition rate is not lethal. Actually, it is lethal. What am I thinking? We just do this. Counter, destroy artifacts. Artifacts, target player. Auto pay. Great. Cinema. Dude, I really love Requisition rate in this format. I think it's one of the better bonus sheet cards. And that's gold. Let's go. Let's go. Would love to make platinum. We gotta keep drafting. Yeah, requisition rate just hits a lot of things. There's the potion of trove that's really good. That Lorehold artifact is really good. The Arc of Hunger. The loot in Prismari is really good. Witherbloom has the Cauldron. I mean, there's like, they're not very common besides the Trove, but there's just a lot of artifacts in this format that you want to kill, which is really nice. Even this Diary of Dreams, it's not a very good card, but being able to get rid of something like that, especially when they already had the 5 page counters on it, is relevant. But yeah, I mean that's a neat little aggro Mardu deck that we were able to secure our 4 wins with. I love it. Show it to you guys one more time. Pretty simple stuff. We never got to play the Sloth, which is funny because this card is a house. But we got to make lots of bodies here, which is what we were wanting, right? We're wanting to go wide because then we have things like Requisition Raid and Practice Offense that just makes our team really good. And then just, some burn spells too to help get us across the finish line or whatever the case may be. Sorry, I'm looking at Impractical Joke. Up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Oh, it's because of that first sentence. I was wondering why the auto tapper stops for Impractical Joke. It's because it says damage can't be prevented this turn. So you could cast this and then not do damage anywhere, just for the ability of damage can't be prevented this turn. That's interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe as we claim our rewards here. I'm loving this format, and yeah, I'm gonna have more draft videos coming out multiple days of the week. So make sure that you're liked and plugged in so you can stay up to date on the format, on what cards are good, on just like the meta, so that you can get gems on your own time, just like me. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.